Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Saturday, March 11, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Fordham vs Dayton. Dayton comes into this matchup with 9 wins in its last 10 meetings, with Fordham going 6-4 at TS in that time. The Flyers have won 6 of the last 8 games overall as well. Fordham has gone just 4-9 at TS in the last 13 games versus Dayton. Dayton's hot shooting continued in the first round, and the same offense exploited Fordham for 82 points in the first matchup and over 60% shooting from the field. Dayton should win the battle in the paint and, defensively, come in with the top-ranked defense in the A-10. Take Dayton minus 5.5 points. Starting with the fate of Fordham's offense, they're just 233rd in adjusted offensive efficiency, averaging 102.7 points per 100 possessions. As for field goal percentage, they're 311th, shooting just 41.8% from the field. Now, they won't be able to just turn it on for Saturday's game, especially considering they're running into a fantastic Dayton defense. The Flyers are 47th in defensive efficiency, giving up just 97.7 points per 100 possessions. On the flip side, defense has been Fordham's strength this year. They're giving up just 99.9 points per 100 possessions, making them 73rd in the category. Ultimately, I'm expecting a slower-paced defensive game, as that's where these teams excel. Give me the under 130 points. Tulane vs Memphis. So, Tulane is an underdog in both of the season series matchups against Memphis and won both, yet are still hung with a number against them this big. I'm okay with that. The Green Wave have had the Tigers' number this season, pulling off an overtime win, 90-89, in their last meeting back on February 5. Tulane shot 52.4% overall in that game and 48.3% in their first meeting. They also averaged 93 points against them on the year. Those are some pretty big numbers to contend against. Memphis shot 47.8% in the last meeting and outrebounded Tulane by 20, 48-28, yet this game was close the entire way. Tulane has been putting up a bundle of points lately and shot 46.6% overall in their last 5 games. Tulane is 3-1 at TS in the last 4 meeting between these two. Take the Green Wave plus 7.5 points. This is a must-watch game if you love non-stop offensive action. In the 2 matchups this season, they averaged a combined 182 points per game. Though that average is insanely massive, it shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. These are 2 of the fastest-paced teams in the country, with KenPom tempo ratings ranking Memphis at 17th and Tulane 2nd out of 363 teams. Memphis has scored over 80 in 8 of their last 12 games, twice scoring 99 points. Tulane has scored over 80 in each of their last 3 games and 7 of their last 10 games. This is one of those games where you line the horses up, ring the ball and get out of their way. The over is 9-3 in the Green Wave's last 12 games. Take the over 162 pointers. Penn State vs Toledo. When looking at KenPom's adjusted offensive rating, there is a huge difference, as Toledo is 9th in college basketball with a 119.5 offensive rating, while Kent State is currently 135th in the sport with a 107.4 offensive rating. A huge reason why is the difference in the capabilities to knock down threes, as the Rockets are 2nd in all of the United States, shooting 40.7% from beyond the arc as a program, while the Golden Flashes are all the way down at 236th in the nation, with a 32.9% as a program from distance. All in all, go with the Toledo Rockets to cover the spread. Our team pick is Toledo Rockets. Both of these teams have been strong defensively this year, and closed teams tend to slow down late and be lower scoring games. Kent State has also been the more moderate tempo team. The Golden Flashes rank 152nd out of 363 teams in the country in adjusted tempo. The Rockets are a 43rd in adjusted tempo out of 363 teams. This will also be the third game in 3 days for both teams. Our total pick is under. UAB vs Florida Atlantic. These two Conference USA rivals split their 2-game series during the regular season, with Florida Atlantic winning the first at home 88-86, which ended in a push, and UAB winning the second at home 86-77 and covering the spread as 1.5 point favorites. FAU had a tough time with Middle Tennessee on Friday, but came out on top in the end, thanks to tough defense. Florida Atlantic has covered the spread in 4 of its last 6, and as the favorite, the Owls have covered the spread in 10 of the last 16. Florida Atlantic's defense holds opponents to a field goal shooting percentage of just 41.1% and will make it tough for the Blazers to see many open shots with their tenacious man-to-man defense. Although Florida Atlantic did not rebound well against Middle Tennessee, the Owls average 38.6 boards per game and allow an average of only 29.8 rebounds per game. Our team pick is Florida Atlantic Owls. Both offenses have been doing extremely well lately, with the Blazers scoring 84 points in their last 5 games, while the Owls are averaging 84.7 points in their previous 3 games. These programs have been moving the ball at a quick pace, as Florida Atlantic is 151st in the country with 70.7 possessions per game, while UAB is 18th in the nation with 75 possessions per game thus far. The over has hit in 8 of the last 9 Blazers neutral site games, as well as in 6 of the previous Owls games against teams with a .600 plus winning percentage, so go with the over 148.5 points here. Duke vs Virginia. Duke kept things rolling as they won their 8th straight game by taking down top-seeded and number 14 Miami in the semifinals Friday night. The Blue Devils improved to 25-8 overall and ended the regular season 14-6 in the ACC. They look to give John Scheyer his first ACC tournament title in year 1 as the head coach. Against Miami, Duke led by as many as 7 in the opening half and was up 5 at intermission. The Blue Devils led the entire second half, but were challenged as the Hurricanes were within 1 at 66-65 with 6:58 remaining. Duke stayed calm, reeling off 7 of the next 9 points to take a 6-point lead with 4:13 remaining. They never let Miami closer than 4 the rest of the way to secure the win. Duke shot 54.9% from the floor, including 8 of 16 from 3-point range, and hit 21 of 25 at the charity stripe in the victory. Kyle Filipowski led the Blue Devils with 17 points, 11 rebounds and 5 assists, as one of 5 players in double figures. Duke has won 8 straight games entering this one, but it was Virginia that was the last team to knock them off back on February 11th. Sure, that game was tinged with controversy when the conference stated after the game that the Cavaliers committed a foul at the end of regulation that should have sent Filipowski to the line with a chance to win it for Duke, but that can't be helped. Duke has gotten more confident as the season has worn on, but they are still a very young team. The Blue Devils are 295th in Division I when it comes to average experience. By contrast, Virginia is 4th. Tony Bennett's guys have been there, done that, and players like Clark own a national title. In crunch time, the Cavaliers have the confidence to make the plays and earn the win. Our team pick is Virginia Cavaliers plus 1.5 points. Virginia won their 4th straight game as they used a run spanning both halves to turn a close game into a romp as they dispatched 4th-seeded Clemson Friday night in the semifinals. The Cavaliers boosted their record to 25-6 overall on the season, and they were 15-5 in the ACC during the regular season. Against Clemson, Virginia led by just 4 with 4:01 remaining in the first half before reeling off 14 straight points to take a 43-25 lead. The Cavaliers held the Tigers scoreless for 7:49 in that stretch and never let them get closer than 14 over the final 16 minutes en route to the win. Virginia shot 50% from the field, including 6 of 17 from 3-point range, and held Clemson to 35.8% from the floor in the game. Jaden Gardner led the Cavaliers with 23 points and 12 rebounds in the win. Our total pick is over the total.